I'm thankful to be here. And when I was asked here by Odette and Tommy, they asked me a couple months ago about coming to speak. I said, with youth, oh yeah, about dreaming, oh yeah, I'll be there. Because you know what, that's what it's about, dreaming. And actually I got all this stuff around my neck. It tells a story. It's a meaning to this, okay? And I wanted to show you this, okay, right here. I got this on, and I don't even have my medal. These are my medals from 96 and 2000 Olympics. I actually brought my medals in 96 and 2000. But these medals are great, okay? Yes, and I'll share the story, the message behind it. But really, the things I have on right here tell even more of a story. It really, and actually one of them is, this is bees. I really love this, buttons. And Miss Withrow tell me, when I met her, I said, this is so cute. She actually gave it to me from around her neck. Where are you? Did she leave out? So I want to say thank you so very much. She gave this to me, and I was like, this is so, and every day somebody said, where you get this from? I said, well, a great friend gave it to me. It's cute, it's buttons. She made it with her hand. So I have this along with, these are from a reservation. I travel a lot, and I speak to a lot of reservations overseas. I speak reservations in South Dakota, North Dakota, Seattle. And it's about giving back. And I'm telling you, when I went there, it was such an amazing experience. I was there just going to a basketball tournament, just being accessible, taking pictures. This lady walked up to me, and she looked at me, and she was like, you came here to see us. And this lady probably was in her 90s. She was so small, so little. And she said, people like you don't come see us. You took our time to come and see us. And she just gave me this biggest hug, and she said, oh, you're so beautiful. It was so humbling. It was like an epic experience. These people that don't have access to, I would say, celebrity athletes, which I don't really care too much for that term, but I was there just by me being there. My presence liberated other people, edified other people. So I take my calling, I take my responsibility seriously. And I know someone asked me, they said, thank you so much for coming out, encouraging, coming out, doing different things. I said, you know what, these gold medals, my Hall of Fame trophies, none of that mean anything if I can't impact someone's life. If I can't make some girl dream come true, it means nothing. For these to sit up on the shelf and maybe brag about how good I was, that's not doing anything if I can't impact lives. So that's what it's all about, because to the world, you might be one person, but to one person you could be the world. And if all that you can remember me as a basketball player, a week from now, a year from now, then I've done a bad job with my life. Because my message goes beyond basketball. My life. And I just want to share a little bit about my manifesto and about sort of my journey so I can paint a picture about who I am and what's my why. And I grew up in a very small family of 12 girls and 8 boys. And I'm from Mississippi too. Yes, Mississippi. And yes, 12 girls and 8 boys, and we lived on about 10 acres. And I believe for every acre my parents bought, they decided they needed 2 kids. So they had it calculated out perfectly. And so I grew up, I'm the 16th of 20, so I'm glad my parents didn't stop at 15. And I have a twin brother. I'm a PK, you know what PK is? Oh yeah, PK kid for sure. We know what all comes with that. But I grew up and we went to church Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It was always some prayer meeting, testifying service. It was always something. So I'm thinking and I pretended sometimes I would try to be sick so I wouldn't have to go all the time. My dad said, you're not sick. He said, if you're feeling sick now, when you get there, you'll feel better. So, but I think about, and then sometimes we would get home and have family devotion. And so it's I thought about, I said, you know what, does it take all this? And you know what? Yes, it took every bit of that. And I'm thankful to my mom and my dad for being obedient. And my dad would say often, he said, daughter, if you take in life with you just a few principles, you won't have to carry a suitcase full of rules. If you take in life with you just a few principles, you won't have to carry a suitcase full of rules. What are those principles? What are those things that can make your dreams come true? What are those things that can make you feel like, you know what, I'm somebody? And make you feel like, you know what, my dreams can come true. Faith, attitude, and hard work. And when I say attitude, I'm talking about your mindset. That is my mindset. And when I wasn't recruited by the colleges and I had to get on that bus, my only chance to play basketball, I was discouraged. I was like, man, I was a good girl. I was always listening to my parents. Why are these struggles? Why am I going through this? Why doesn't someone just, these colleges just pursue me and like, oh my God, we want you, like they wanted my sister. They flew her on a private jet and they put me on the bus for 10 hours. I thought my Jheri curl was really bad then. I'm like, they just messed up. So I'm thinking like, I remember my father saying, daughter, just as clear as day. And he would call me, he would say daughter because he couldn't remember my name because there was so many of us. He said, daughter, life is 10% of what happens to you, but 9% how you respond to it. He said, you cannot put your happiness and your joy in people's hands. He said, you got to have that power within. You got to trust God. The same God. He said, if you go to Auburn, if you don't make one basket, the same God I serve, the same God I got faith in. He said, but for you to walk away from this, he said, this could be the most important ride you ever take. And I'm thinking my dad is just trying to encourage me. Of course, that's what dads do. They encourage their daughter, say, I believe in you. My dad saw things I couldn't see. He heard things I couldn't hear. So we need people in our corner that believes in us. Someone that believes in you. They're not going to make decisions for you, but they believe in you. I get on that bus and go to Auburn. They say I want to play in my senior year. I ask kids when I talk to youth, I said, when do you think I started playing? When do you think I made an impact on that team? I started my freshman year at Auburn University. We won 3 conference championships, we went to 2 Final Fours, and now when you go back to Auburn in Alabama, you go in this big $60 million facility, you see my name at the top, my jersey, engraved. It'll never go away. There is a testament that's bigger than me, because I'm thinking like, I look back and I'm like, wow. Once again, I said, God, thank you. But I said, thank you, Dad, for believing in me. Dad, thank you for encouraging me. Thank you for giving me a space to rise above and for really elevating me. And we need people like that in our lives. And if it's our parents, great. If it's a coach, great. If it's a best friend, but someone to hold us accountable, but someone to also tell us that, you know what, you can do this. I believe in you. But that's going to be work. That's going to be work behind it. And I wanted to play more basketball at the college. We won 3 conference championships, and we lost in the Final Four. So I wanted to play more. I'm like, I want more. You know, I'm hungry. I want more. And I wanted to play for the national team. I didn't get invited. They were like, are you kidding me? You made it to the final game, the championship game in college, and you didn't get invited? So in life, listen at this. If that door closed, guess what? Find a window to get through. If that door closed, get through a window. My window was paying my own way to go. People say, why are you paying your own way to go? You just made it to the championship game in the Final Four. But you know what? My dad whispered in my ear. He said, daughter, like you got on that bus. He said, I believe in you. You'll live a life of regrets if you don't go. You will ever wonder what if. When you keep walking away from your dreams, you keep walking away from stuff, then you live a life of resentment. I shoulda, coulda. What if I take that shot and miss? But what if you make it? What if I go to Auburn and I don't play, but what if I do play? What if I go to the trials and don't make the team, but what if I do? And sure enough, 175 girls, they only gonna pick 24, okay? They only gonna pick 24 girls. They invited 50, okay, I'm painting this picture. They invited 50 VIPs, they only gonna pick 24. There's another 125 that can't pay their own way, hoping they get seen. I was part of that other group that wasn't the VIP, that wasn't special, pretty much. So after they got done, they gave this big speech. Thank you all for coming. You know, we only got 24 spots, but just, you know, if you didn't make the team, come back next year. Don't give up. Don't quit, blah, blah, blah. So if you made the team, your name would be highlighted outside on the door. So sure enough, I stood up. I wish I had a piece of paper. I stood up, I got this piece of paper, and I was like, no way. My name, Alice Ruth Bolton. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I'm actually on the team? I'm thinking like, I said, Lord, thank you. Then I said, Dad, thank you. What if I had stayed home? I made a team. I literally got there, and players that they sought after for 5 months paid their own way to go. I took somebody's spot. Why did that happen? Because dreams do come true when you got your faith, your attitude, and hard work. See, you can have faith, but God is not going to come down here and make shots for you. He's not going to do push-ups for you. He's not going to come and do suicide for you. He's not going to, you know. So it's like doing the things that we so do. He didn't get on that bus with me. I had to go do that myself, but he'll make room for us. He will give us the pathway if we have faith. And not only was I happy I made a team, they had to reimburse me my money back. Sure did. I like, here you go, boo-boo. I want my money. But anyway, I was once again thankful, like, Dad, thank you for seeing things in me. So I think now as we're all older and as we pursue life, we got to let people, what you know, you got to share your wisdom that you know. Like these amazing young ladies, you got to share to the next generation. I work with girls 12 and 13 years old, and every day I go in there, I tell them, I said, listen, I know I don't want to sound like a broken record. I said, I don't want to sound like a teacher or parent. I just want to sound like someone that cares. I want you to know you matter. I want you to know you got to see yourself being that doctor, see yourself being that lawyer. It doesn't matter what is happening in your family. I believe in you. I believe you want to be whatever you want to be. And I know that sounds cliche. You can be what you want to be. But this is part of your foundation, your attitude, your mindset, dealing with peer pressure, dealing with anger. These girls, 12, 13 years old, angry already. Yes. And so just really trying to really impart wisdom that I know, the mistakes, the challenges. I share with them about the domestic violence that I went through. And they said, what, you seem so strong. Like, how does someone do that? I said, I haven't always been mighty. I've gone through challenges. I've gone through those dark places in my life. I don't have time to go into it now. But yes, during my whole career, I went through domestic violence during that time, but God kept me. He kept my mind, and He allowed me to turn my pain to power. So instead of going around in life complaining, this is how I turn my pain to power. I travel to prisons to speak to women. I travel overseas for U.S. Embassy. I go to reservations and help these women rise above and try to let them know that you matter, that no matter what is going on in your life, you don't have to look like what you've been through. You don't have to look like what you've been through. So I'm just thankful that God has given me this space and given me this platform to share. And I just encourage you, if you're going through challenges, whatever they may be, encourage someone else. Sometimes we get lost in ourselves and poor me. Let's encourage someone else. Let's lift someone else up. And sometimes your situation is not as bad as you think it is. And the fact that if you say, listen, no matter what I'm going through, if I got a heartbeat, I'm breathing, I'm good. I got a chance. So let's embrace every day. Be thankful. Show some gratitude, because gratitude is the key that unlocks the wholeness of life. Show some gratitude, be thankful, and let's continue to encourage each other and continue to help make these young kids' dreams come true. And I'm thankful that God has chosen me, because to whom much is given, much is required. So thank you, and God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so very much.